All right. Long time no see or no talk or whatever I usually say. But yeah. Before I do this review, I was gonna do a few updates. I'm actually making a specific group of books that I'm gonna be reading. So I'm gonna be reading them monthly or whatever, however they come out. And I have a board on my wall that has all the dates for when they come out. And so yeah, I'll probably be starting to do kind of like a poll type thing, but I'm already slacking. So I'm going to be doing Invincible Iron Man, The Flash, and probably Superman. I'm going to jump back onto that, I think. I've heard it's gotten a lot of good reviews, so I'm going to get back on that. But yeah, the next issue of Iron Man came out yesterday, so yeah, so I'm gonna try and get that tomorrow. The thing about it is my comic book store is kind of far away, so it's a little bit difficult, but it's not really far away. It's one of those days you gotta really have a free open day to go, because I'm gonna take a lot of time there and it's gonna take a while to get there and back. So yeah, and it depends on if I have money. But anyways, enough of that. I'm going to be reviewing Bioshock 2. Yeah, because I reviewed Bioshock 1 a while back, and I refused to listen to my own videos, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what I said on it. You're just going to have to watch it, I guess. But, yeah, Bioshock 2. This came out a little while back. I think it was over the summer, I'm not sure. But it's not that old, but it's not that new. I kind of was holding back on it. I didn't want to really play it because I just loved the first one so much, and I thought it would kind of be a little too much. And it kind of felt like that. Not as much as I thought, but a little bit. Basically, this takes place 10 years after the first game. Let me think. You are Project Delta, I think is what you're called, and you are the first Big Daddy, which is kind of cool because you actually are playing as a Big Daddy, but it's kind of like the cheap Big Daddy because he can have a drill like a Big Daddy, but he doesn't need it because they didn't make it like that, and he can have all these weapons too, and he can use plasmids. So it's he's the super Big Daddy, even though he's the first one, and it's kind of cool though to play like that. The difference between him is that, and that he has a little bit of free will, and that's why you play as him. Really, what happens is you 10 years before you shoot yourself by a the hypnotism plasmid from Dr. Sophia Lamb, I think it is. And what she does is she's your little sister, whatever they're called, that get the Eve, or the atom, I mean, sorry. You guys are the bonded, Big Daddy and little sister. And her name's Eleanor Lamb. She's the daughter of the mom. And basically Sophia Lamb, that's it. Sophia Lamb doesn't like that. So she forces you to kill yourself, and she takes Eleanor and keeps her. After Orion dies 10 years later, she's basically taken over Rapture. She's kind of the leader now. And Eleanor is not heard of. Well, what happens is, I'm going to have to spoil a little bit just to get some of the story. But you are reawakened somehow. I'm not going to explain that. And you come back 10 years later, and you're basically searching for Eleanor. You're getting these visions throughout the game that she's giving you hints on where to go. But so you're 10 years into Rapture. This is really neat in the fact that it's for people who loved the first game that just can't get enough of it, and they need more Rapture. They need to see it more. They need to do more with it. That's the cool part of it. It's also really cool. Some of my favorite scenes are the scenes, since you're Big Daddy, you're actually outside of the buildings of Rapture. You're walking kind of through the streets of Rapture, technically. But it's really neat because you can be underwater because you're a Big Daddy. And then they introduced the little sisters, which were actually, or the big sisters, which were actually the little sisters from the first game, I think, or that were taken, and they're kind of like the girl Big Daddy. And I think X-Play kind of explained it the best, is they are a very good addition, but they didn't use them to the fullest. I think they could have really made them something bigger than they really were in the game. But I'd have to say with this game, it's for people who really like Bioshock, couldn't get enough of the first game, and want to play it again and experience more of Rapture. The one thing that everybody says, which I agree with, is you do not get the mysterious Rapture. You already, since you already know the secrets of Rapture from the first game, it's kind of like reliving it, and that's a little off. But there are still some very scary and disturbing moments. The story isn't as solid like everybody says. I do like the first game better, but the second game is just it feels like a really big DLC, really, and it's just it's a great game to play through. I don't think I'd recommend buying it unless you're a huge Bioshock fan. It's a good rental, but I think they've been giving good, fair reviews of it. Kind of everything that I've said has been said about it already. And I'm not trying to downgrade it at all. It's just it's not as superior as the first game. And so I mean, a game that is just slightly less superior than the original Bioshock is a pretty good game still. So that's a good thing to think about. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I'm actually going to make one more video after this. I'm actually going to do my first thoughts on Bioshock Infinite from some of the stuff I've been seeing. So yeah, stay tuned.